Hey, I'm Amber. I'm one of your guides with the Wild Mustang Treks, and today we're going to talk about dealing with water on the trail, or really any obstacle. If you're riding your horse and you come to something and they don't want to cross it, um, you really don't want to train that or deal with it the first time on the trail. So we're going to go over that at home. And we had a nice monsoon, so I'm going to show you how I would handle that with a horse beginning at home to prepare them that I have some tools on the trail. So got a nice little pond here. My horse knows how to send. You want to teach your horse how to send by starting with just a pole on the ground. This horse knows how to send. It is a great tool. You want that on your horse so that if you're on the trail, you're riding, you present to an obstacle and you ask them to go and they are stuck, you can get off and you can send them over that obstacle. So you should always have a halter and lead rope on your horse so that you can send them. And so I'm going to ask him, and you see he's hesitant. I'm going to ask him is when he's looking at it, I'm not going to keep asking him. I'm just going to release when he looks at it and just wait. When he's not looking at it is when I'm going to ask him, and then when he's looking at it, I'm going to wait. You want to make sure that you don't put tons and tons of pressure when they're giving you try. He's got try. I'm going to just wait and let him deal with it when he has that try. The only time I'm going to give pressure is when that he's looking away or not focused on it or not trying to give effort and try to go over it. So I'm going to ask him to go the other way. See how he's sending? When I tell him to go, he's not encroaching on my space. He is sending over it. And that gives him tons of confidence. So once they're able to calmly send over it, then you can get back on and you can try to ride them over it. Now, we want to deal with something small like this before we try and deal with something bigger. You always want to go smaller and make it and break it down into these little micro steps before you go to something bigger. You want to build the horse's confidence up before you tackle something large. If you try to do something large first, you can really destroy a horse's confidence, and then they're going to hate water forever. If you start something small and build that confidence up, you can get them to really love water. Okay, so we're on a much bigger area of water now, and so I'm going to go ahead and send him. You want to make sure your horse knows how to send really well, because they should never think of you as the out. They should never think of you as to go over or run over the top of you. If your horse thinks that it can run over the top of you to get out of something, you need to do more homework, okay? So I'm going to ask him and present him to the water. As soon as he's looking at it and thinking about going in, there is no pressure here. If you keep nagging them and forcing them to go, they are going to hate it and they're going to think that that's a bad area because there's pressure there. You want there to be no pressure in the area that you want them to go. So just based off of that little exercise I did earlier of him going through that tiny puddle, he gained tons of confidence. So this was super easy. This huge puddle was no big deal.
Hi, I'm Ashen, and we just learned how to get the horse's confidence going through puddles on the ground. Now I'm going to show you how to get their confidence going through puddles under saddle so that when you're out on the trails, it's just like you've done it your whole life. So I'm going to ask him to approach this puddle, and if he's looking either direction, I'm going to increase my pressure until he faces the puddle, and then I'm going to release all of my energy, all of my pressure, and let him want to go in the puddle versus trying to walk away from it either direction. So I'm going to ask, he's not looking. Just lightly ask. He faces it, pressure goes away. He's not looking, goes away. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Reward him. Okay, we've mastered the little puddle. Now we're going to be into our lake that we have currently from our monsoon. So I'm going to ask him to go up to it. He's avoiding it. Release. And now going through a big body of water should be no problems because we just spent all of our time training the little puddle, really building up their confidence. So walking through a large area of water like this is not a problem at all for him. And he's got lots of confidence and he's happy to be in it. We're gonna change it up and go where there's some greenery. Let him think about it. Now you can have fun playing in the water. And when you're out on the trail and you come across a puddle, you should be able to have your horse with a lot of confidence to go right through.